Let's dive into the parallels between the Hunger Games series and the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, from major plot lines to some cinematic parallels you may have missed. Number 1. The Curtsy. The most noticeable parallel was undoubtedly that of Lucy Gray's Curtsy at the Reaping, a direct copy of Katniss's Curtsy for the Game Makers in the first Hunger Games, as well as in Catching Fire.
Thank you for your consideration.
While Rachel Ziegler implied that the Curtsy was improvised, director Francis Lawrence stated in Variety, "I thought it'd be really interesting if we created a history of it so that maybe Katniss didn't come up with it on her own. Maybe she'd heard about this girl from a long time ago, having done the same thing." Number 2. The Roses. Coriolanus's grandmother's roses made a notable appearance in Ballad, most notably the rose Coriolanus gives to Lucy Gray at the train station. Years later, Katniss finds a white rose from President Snow while visiting District 12 after the Capitol bombing. This gift to Katniss serves as a reminder that he is watching her closely, among the other roses that he leaves her throughout the films. Number 3. Poison. We first see Snow use poison when he gives Lucy Gray his mother's powder dish with poisonous powder to use in the arena. This develops into his weapon of choice. As in The Hunger Games, we find out that in order to gain power, he poisoned all of his allies.
A young man, when he rose to power, is such a clever one to keep it. How, you may ask, did he do it? One word. Poison. His weapon of choice is the only thing suited to such a man. Poison. Perfect weapon for a snake.
Number 4. The Arena. The rubble from the arena explosion in Ballad looks very similar to the original series cornucopias.
So now you have the ceiling has caved in, creating this big pile of rubble in the center, which we like to think is sort of the beginning of the inspiration for all the cornucopias in the following years.
There is also a beautiful cinematic parallel between the ruined arenas in Ballad and Catching Fire. Number 5. The Flickermans. Jason Schwartzman as Lucky Flickerman perfectly portrays the ancestor of Caesar Flickerman from the original films, their mannerisms and physical resemblance uncanny.
To the children watching, that was violent, horrific, and disgusting. Miss Phipps, please, if you're going to vomit, do it off camera.
On their similarities, producer Nina Jacobson says, "He's not impersonating Caesar, but there are moments with his laugh or flair." Number 6. Tigris. The capital citizen that rescues Katniss and her crew in Mockingjay Part 2 uses the same hand over heart gesture as Coriolanus's cousin Tigris in Ballad.
Tigris, thank you for everything you've done.
His cousin also dreamt of being a capital stylist and worked a fashion apprenticeship in the books.
I know you. You were a stylist in the games.
Until Snow decided I wasn't pretty enough anymore.
Unlikely to be a coincidence, this creates a picture of Snow's heartlessness and Tigris's unwavering conscience.
What do you think?
I think you look just like your father, Coriolanus.
Number 7. The Meadow. The Meadow in District 12 in Ballad is where Lucy Gray goes for privacy to write songs, and where Coriolanus, Sejanus, and the Covey cross to the lake. The Meadow is also the scene of the epilogue in Mockingjay Part 2. In the book, the entire epilogue revolves around the meadow, with Katniss referencing her children innocently playing there and singing Deep in the Meadow, not realizing what lies beneath them. There is also the fan theory that Maud Ivory, Lucy Gray's cousin, was Katniss's grandmother, since it was mentioned in the books that Katniss's grandmother and father were incredible singers, and she herself sings the Covey's songs.
Are you coming to the tree?
Additionally, Lucy claimed that no one knew about the lake except the Covey, which Katniss frequents.
Some people call it swamp potato, but I think Katniss has a much nicer ring, don't you?
Number 8. The Trees. Coriolanus shooting up at the Mockingjays is an interesting cinematic parallel to the Peacekeepers, shooting at the lumberjack rebels in District 7 in Mockingjay Part 1. Number 9. Katniss and Snow. The scenes in which Coriolanus gets trapped under burning rubble in the arena are awfully similar to those of Katniss when she gets caught in the bombings in the capital, perhaps highlighting the fact that despite their differences, they are more similar than they may think. Even their recovery in the hospital is cinematically similar. Number 10, catchphrases. When saying goodbye to Lucy Gray, Lucky Flickerman sparks the beginning of an iconic catchphrase in the Hunger Games.
Now, I don't love your odds, but may they be in your favor.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Additionally, just like Dr. Gall questions him about the purpose of the games,
what are the Hunger Games for?
They're to punish the district for their uprising.
Dull, dull, dull. Punishment can take myriad forms.
Snow questions his head game maker Seneca.
Seneca, why do you think we have a winner?
What do you mean?
And finally, number 11, Snow's subtle references to his relationship with Lucy Gray throughout the Hunger Games films.
Someday I want to love someone that much.
And so you shall, my darling. So you shall. It's the things we love most that destroy us.
Thank you for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed this video and comment your own theories or anything I missed below.